Thank you for joining me again on another video session where we're going to cover a couple topics that I feel are important when it comes to certain ways on how to approach your trading, okay? And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to approach risk management, and I'm going to call this video Risk Management with a Twist, okay? And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is lots of people think of risk management in terms of, well, how much money do you put into a market versus do I put 10% here, 10% here, 5% there? I mean, people have heard many different things like that, okay? But I'm talking more about actionable steps when it comes to risk management. That is, when you have decided to take a trade, what are some actionable steps that you can put into place? Now, obviously, there are deeper steps that we will cover as the video series continues to build, right? But today I'm talking more about the entry trade and the entry strategy. Why is this important, right? Because for me, the entry into a trade is important simply because it determines how early you can get into a trade. Now, what do I mean by that? See, I have a philosophy. You know how in real estate, you say location, location, location? In trading, I say confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. What do I mean by that? If I get 3 mathematical confirmations based on my trading plan, or certain mathematical indicators that I look and certain price action sequences that I look for, if I get 3 confirmations, then I take that trade. Now, this is important to cover because I've seen people tell me, well, Mukarram, I'm analyzing and I'm doing research and I'm doing research, but then they keep getting confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation, but they don't take the trade. So here's the important thing. If you're looking at a market, I don't care what market it is, it's a particular stock, it's a particular option trade you're looking at, if it's a futures contract, whatever market you're trading, if you get 3 confirmations based on whatever specific trading plan that you have, then take that trade. What I believe, in my opinion, is if after 3 mathematical confirmations, if you can't take that trade, you have irrational fear. And your irrational fear will continue to stop you from getting into a high probability trade and making a significant profit, okay? So that's my first thing. Figure out a mathematical way based on both price action and technical indicators to confirm to you when you should get into a trade. And the earlier you get into a particular trade, after you get your 3 confirmations, is the best way to get into a trade. Why? Because the earlier you get into a trade, the better it is that you can manage that trade. Now, let me explain this, right? Because some people, they wait for more and more confirmations to come in before they take a trade, or they continue to think, oh, maybe I missed this, maybe I'll wait for a pullback and then I'll get back in, or so many different things come into play. But if you have your system and after 3 confirmations, if you take your trade, this is what it'll do to you when it comes to helping you manage your trade. If you get in early, 1, you can manage your trade much, much better. What do I mean by that? If the market moves immediately in your favor, most of the time, if you're correct in your analysis, that's what's going to happen. The market will move immediately in your favor. Then everything becomes easy. You can move your stop to a break-even level. And then if the market continues to move in your favor again, then you can move it into what we call a profit stop. And then secondly, your exit will be that much easier. The earlier you get into a trade, the quicker you'll be profitable, and therefore you'll make better decisions when it comes to managing that trade and exiting or taking profit from that trade. Because think about this scenario, right? If you feel safe, which I will tell you something, you should never wanting to feel safe in trading or investing is not the best way to look at something. Feeling confident and confirmed in your decisions is better than saying, oh, I want to feel safe. Because you'll never feel safe. There's always risk in anything you do. It's how you manage that risk that's important, right? So think about this. If you continue to wait to be safe and you feel good inside and you want to take a trade, then if the market's moved quite a bit, then every other decision after you take that trade gets delayed. And what do I mean by that? When do I move my stop? How do I manage my risk? When do I take profit? Because now you're asking for more movement from the market to become profitable, right? Because you waited for so long. This is why it's very important that once you get 3 mathematical confirmations, you make the decision to say, I'm going to take this trade because it checks these 3 boxes. And then once you take that trade, managing that trade becomes very easy. So this is a little twist in risk management. I didn't go over how you play stops and when to play stops. I mean, I'll cover that in some other videos. But one step in an effective risk management mechanism is to take trades early after getting strong mathematical confirmations. Okay, so until next time, happy and successful trading, and then I'll see you later. All right, take care.
Content is for educational purposes only. This is not investment advice from Bullionite LLC. There is always risk for substantial losses in investing and or trading through any financial instrument with or without this or any other type of advertised product. Past performances are not indicative of future results. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk. Specific strategies or education presented by Bullionite LLC and its associates in this video are for